Supernovas rose to the top last season, capturing the first ever PVF championship. Led by star players Brooke Nunaviller and Natalia Valentin Anderson, the Supernovas burst onto the scene and looking to shine even brighter in their second season. It's banner night tonight in Omaha. From the CHI Health Center in Omaha, the Supernovas kick off the 2024 Professional Volleyball Federation season as the defending champions take on the Atlanta Vibe. And hello again, everyone. Along with Lindsey Peterson, I'm Larry Putney. Great to have you with us as we get set for the first matchup of the season for your defending champs, the Supernovas of Omaha. And what an exciting feeling it is here in this building tonight.
You can definitely feel the energy in here tonight. They're celebrating their championship from last year. And coming out tonight, there's 7 players and 1 coach that have ties to the state of Nebraska. It just truly shows what a treasure volleyball is to this state.
On the other side of the net, the #1 pick overall, former Nebraska standout Merritt Beeson.
Merritt is coming off an incredible collegiate career and went into this draft as the #1 draft pick for Atlanta. And Atlanta's expecting her to do big things on the right side, and it'll be an interesting season for her to come onto this professional career and see the talent on her side of the net and take a little pressure off that she carried throughout her college season.
Best player of the year last year for the Supernovas was Brooke Nunaviller. She's back for 2025.
Brooke had an incredible, she was a PVF all first team selection. She averaged over 3 kills and 3 digs a match, and she is truly the heartbeat of this Supernovas team. It gets better with the more contact she has and is a fierce competitor, and it's just how those Supernovas teams compete.
Very special tonight at the CHI Center as it's banner night. They unveil the 2024 championship as the Supernovas kick off the 2025 season at home. against the Atlanta Vibe. Starting lineups for both teams. Merritt Beeson in the starting lineup for the Vibe, along with Leah Edmond, who's the Player of the Year last year in the league. Both outstanding stars for the Vibe and for the Supernovas. Brooke Dunaviller led the way. She's in the starting lineup. Reagan Cooper, the Rookie of the Year last year in the league. She also is in the starting lineup along with former Huskers Caitlin Horde and Kayla Caffey. And how about this? You're familiar with all of these players, I would assume.
Yeah, I have an idea of how all these athletes compete and these players compete, and how I'm just so proud to see them out here and for them to have this opportunity to continue their careers here in the state. And you can hear how much this home crowd welcomed them back, and it's a truly exciting homecoming, especially for Merritt coming back, just having finished the season and gone pro, and then coming back. Her first professional match is in Nebraska. It's a really cool story, and I'm excited that they all have this opportunity and we get to see them tonight.
Hey, we get a good one. These teams were 1-2 last year in the regular season in the league. The Vibe led the league by 3 games in the regular season. Supernovas were second by 3 games over the third-place team. So clearly, 2 of the top teams of the league last year. And of course, the Supernovas are your defending champs. There's a look at Bird. Laura Kuhn, head coach. She wore the interim tag all last year. That has been removed as of July, and she is leading the defending champs here in the PVF. Caleb Anworth, another familiar face for Husker fans. Former Nebraska standout, coach at Ole Miss, also assistant coach at Nebraska, is on the sideline leading the Atlanta Vibe. All kinds of ties right back here to this state, which is, I think it's fair to say, the state of volleyball. Right away, rolled over, knocked down by Edmond. Goes outside Cooper off the top of the block. Swing is just on the line. So just tagged that line, and a kill already for Merritt Beeson.
Merritt's familiar with her setter, and Marley Monserrat. She set for her in Florida, so Merritt played with her, and they have that connection. And you know, when you start out early in these matches, setter-hitter connection is such a key. So the fact that she has a little of that under her belt will be helpful for her.
Cooper with another swing. The block, it is out of bounds off the block of Caitlin Horde, and another point for the Vibe.
Both those swings, the previous one and that one, Merritt's really going down the line. So she has an incredible shot cross court. And so you can see right to start out, Supernovas have scouted that. They've taken away that shot, and she's been able to score now the first 2 down the line.
Tough serve by Monserrat, goes outside the other way. Swing by Payne, not down. Aggressive swing, but right into the block. Tried to tip near the end of the net, and point for the Supernovas.
We talked earlier about Edmond being the, big returning player of the year last year for the PVF, and then they also have Morgan Hentz, and she's probably the best defender, libero, in this league as well. So 2 big position players that Atlanta's going to rely heavily on tonight.
Tip into the middle. Caleb Anwood said she wanted to see none of that. That is tip deep corner and just long.
Right idea, crafty shot.
Maybe inches long. Gomez tried that deep corner. And now back to serve is Leah Edmond out of Lexington, Kentucky. Played for the Wildcats. Arrow tip Edmond. Good hustle, keeping it alive is Monserrat. Free ball over. The block. Cooper, and that swing is right on the back line, and the kill for Cooper.
You can see the tempo set right now from Anderson is a little faster. The Supernovas are definitely trying to run a faster tempo just to beat that bigger block of the Vibe, and they have the hitters to do it, so they're trying to use the strength of those hitters.
That was the one thing that Caleb Anworth said to us this morning when we chatted with her about tipping. She wanted to see none of it, right?
She didn't want to see any of that ball.
Dunaviller off the block, goes high hands, gets the kill. And here is Reagan Cooper. Reagan out of Rowlett, Texas. 6'2" outside hitter. Pulled back inside, Payne rolls it over. Good pace there, good middle swing by Vicini. And McKenna Vicini with the kill.
Speaking of talking with Kayla earlier this morning, she had mentioned that she was still trying to decide her starting lineup for the middle position and having 4 really solid middles. And so I think we'll see that tonight, as she won't be afraid to rotate in that position because she feels she has great depth in there.
That's right, chases it down, bump set out to the left pin, good up. Dunaviller with the swing into the block. Nice coverage there and up by Horde. And then into the net on the swing by Cooper.
Right idea by Anderson, trying to mix it up. You could see the Atlanta block was expecting that ball to go back out to Dunaviller there, as it was an out-of-system ball, and she's trying to get Cooper going in the back row.
Dunaviller, good shot there as she tools that outside hand. Just a little off it and use the hands of Beeson. Or the arm. Good coverage. Payne again into the block. Good hustle and up there by Valentine Anderson. Tip again, and that time found the floor. Pia Timmer.
Timmers is a true L2, where she's a great passer. She can see the block well. She has great vision in the front row. You just saw evidence of that there. It wasn't a great set, and she wasn't positioned to take a big swing. So she makes a smart shot and just gets a crafty tip over the block.
Serving number 11, Kelsey Payne.
Second touch. Good hustle to keep it alive. Free ball opportunity. Saray with the set outside, not down. Back row is down. What a swing by Cooper on the back row.
Impressive swing there. It was a nice quick tempo right off the middle. You saw Kathy came in for that first tempo set, quick and just right off her shoulder. She's bringing Cooper in out of that back row attack.
On the slide into the block. Quick touch and the kill by Kayla Caffey. Caffey, former Husker, former Longhorn.
Kayla's just got a really fun personality out on the court, and I think you'll see that fit well with this team, the Supernova team.
Pia with a kill from that left pin.
Probably not the matchup the Novas were hoping with, having Edmond going against Valentine Anderson. I think they're hoping to maybe have Payne up there to slow her down. You have that big physical attacker, and Edmond matching up a smaller block. You'll see Atlanta set her a lot on the pin.
Good swing, Beeson from the right pin, and the kill for Merritt. That's 2.
See both teams really utilizing the back row attack in those 5-1 rotations when the setter is front row. That time the Vibes attacking from the right side of the court, really putting pressure still on those left side blockers for the Supernovas.
Just long off the swing by Reagan. That was Cooper with the swing, or was it Kelsey Payne?
Payne.
Payne. Caffey into the block, but out. And the kill for Caffey.
Kayla's a very versatile middle. She can attack in front and behind. You see her going behind there on the slide. So she's front row with the setter. She'll try to attack more behind the setter as opposed to in front, since it's to spread out the offense for Omaha.
Slide the other way, right down the line, and a kill for Shelly Fanning, the Baylor product.
Kayla talked about Fanny being the more experienced middle for their team, and that they might have to start with that early, just as the others are still learning. Especially you look at Lewis, who came from Florida State. She had a little bit of a break, and she's coming in, and so that experience will play key in these first several matches.
Great up. And Cooper with the swing and the kill off the hands of Fanning. Reagan Cooper, the daughter of former Nebraska football player Reggie Cooper. Any Nebraska fans will remember Reggie back in the heyday.
Well, Cooper attacking there, that sharp angle. You have Fanning playing defense, so middle playing defense in there, and so she's going to attack her.
So Caffey goes to the bench. Back to serve for the Vibe is Montserrat. Montserrat took over that setting position about midway through last year, and then it ended up leading the PVF in assists per set. Push out to the pin, not down, and a block on the right side. There is Merritt Beeson.
Merritt doing a really nice job getting out to the pin, sealing the block. It was a fast tempo out to the pin. And when it's that fast, it doesn't give your hitter much of an advantage if it's tight, and especially against a big block. And you saw Merritt just really got over and sealed the net well.
On the slide, good swing and a kill by Caitlin Horn.
Horde that time just goes deep corner with the snatch, not pulling down into the block. The set was a little off, but she did a nice job controlling it and sending it to the deep right back corner by just snapping the ball.
Valentine Anderson with the service error. So Vibe with a 3-point lead here in set one, opening night here in Omaha at the CHI Health Center. Leah Edmond now to serve. Edmond served just long.
You know, it's different again from college, as you don't have any line judges. You have that bolt system checking that, so you get a quick response. The first ref just looks down at the screen, and he'll have an answer of whether that ball was in or out.
Really counterbalances the pace of play, because rallies are longer right here than they would be in collegiate volleyball, just defensively keeping more balls up. But it's counterbalanced by the fact that we get so many replays decided on much quicker.
Yeah, and this system is so high tech, and there's so many cameras, and it's what they use internationally, and it really just allows the pace of the game to stay up and not take any momentum away from either side, because you have to stop and go check, and it's a 3-minute, 4-minute break.
Right,
so.
right. Decent swing is wide. Reagan Cooper to serve for the Novas. Played at Texas Tech and Kansas. Was third team All-American. There is Beeson with a great swing. That went over the block and straight down. Great angle there by Merritt.
A little quicker tempo set there. It was a perfect pass, and Merritt gets on her approach quickly and just really hit that ball over Brooke. It was just Brooke making a move out a little late to give Merritt a clear shot.
Tough serve by Vicini. And the dig on the swing by Payne. Hit by Nunaville, not down. Back row Cooper, nice dig. Montserrat. Chance to get to that here. And no touch. Long and point to the Vibe. Good rally.
Both teams covering their hitters really well and trying to make tough swings, sending it over, making the front row having to play short tips, and it's a really great rally and a lot of all-out effort on both sides.
So the challenge here from Coach Kuhn. And that challenge has to come in play. They can't wait until after the play, and that had to be a really quick decision for Bird because it was literally over the block and then out, and she has to challenge before it's out.
It has to, if she challenges at the very end, they're just going to look at the final action of the rally, and that, was that hit, but if there were something during that rally she wanted to challenge, if she thought there was a touch earlier in the rally, she would need to call that right during that play as soon as she sees it. Couldn't wait till the play ended and then go back and ask for them to watch the play throughout and then call it.
Correct. And that looks like it's well over the block.
It's another thing you'll notice different is there's no R2, there's only an R1. And the R2 this year, and it's something new that they're doing here in the PVF, is the R2 is actually at the scores table and is managing these challenges. So they're at the scores table, they're working directly with the bolt people to get the call, and they are using it as a way to try to speed up the challenges. So they're anticipating there might be a challenge on that. The R2's already letting the people at the headquarters know for Bolt to start pulling it up to be able to see whether there was a touch or not.
So there was no touch. Point will stay with the Atlanta Vibe. And now a timeout taken by the Supernovas. Vibe leading it early on by 3, 15-12 advantage here in Omaha.
The 4x3 is proudly presented by Restoration in Omaha.
Challenge at any point through the rally, and that's a difference. And that's all because of this bolt system. The bolt system is not in place at the collegiate level, and here in the international and in this professional level, they use it. You see it's 22 cameras. They're looking at the flight of the ball to judge in, out. They have cameras that are gauging from up in the rafters to around the court, so they can get all the views from touches to in, out, to anything net calls that they would be able to challenge.
And I would imagine if not for cost, it would be in the college game as well.
Yeah, it's not a cheap system.
That's right. Great crowd tonight at the CHI Health Center in Omaha. Of course, the Supernovas led the league last year in attendance by a wide margin. Good swing in the middle. Caitlin Horde with the kill out of the timeout.
Great execution out of the timeout. You saw Cooper nailed that pass. They bring Horde in. They're bringing her in from the right side to run that quick right off the setter, and it causes the left side block of the Atlanta not to make a move in because she's expecting somebody to come to the point.
And then into the net, point for the Vibe.
It was an area that Bird talked about not hoping that they would be very focused on tonight was serving. We've seen several service errors here early for them, and something that I know she'll probably be talking to them about.
Both teams apparently. Well, it was interesting. You know, we asked why is that a point of emphasis tonight for you serving this, because she said they were so bad in their scrimmage. She's pretty candid. She said it wasn't good in our scrimmage, so it has to be better than that.
And some of that you can say is the arena. These teams aren't practicing in facilities. They're at this size, and so they get in just on their serve and pass. And so it is a different. They're in tight gyms, and it's a little different surrounding, but something that, yeah, you got to get on and get changed quick.
Pia Timber with that serve. Pushed outside. Nunaviller with the angle. Hits with the dig kill. How about that? Morgan Hintz. What did Kayla Caffey say? Sometimes she just sits and watches her and is amazed by her.
Yeah.
Forgets she's coaching her.
Right, and that's coming from Kayla, who was a libero for the USA team, like the best in the world.
Right.
She just said, I mean, and Morgan does. She covers so much court, and she has incredible vision.
There she is again.
Supernova.
Point for the Novas.
Serving number 5, Brooke Nunaviller.
Sponsoring above the net.
Yeah.
Pushed outside. Edmund with the swing. There's Cooper off the top of the hands. Back row attack and a kill by Pia Timber.
Great decision by Monserrat there to bring her out of the back row. Edmund had just gotten a set to the pen. You see the block for Omaha is expecting that to go back out, and she brings Pia right up the middle on that quicker tempo back row. A BIC, we call it a BIC at the college level, and it's just a really quick tempo.
Nunaviller out of the back, wants a touch, and got it. Touch is called, and another kill for Brooke Nunaviller. And a challenge, perhaps, by Caleb Banworth.
Atlanta says no way, there was no touch. I think they have an argument there.
Yeah, I believe so. So they'll review to see if there was a touch here. Does not look like it there. It looked like Vicini went right between her hands.
Yeah, I don't see any point where a finger moves or the ball. You can see the spin of the ball change.
That's probably the best look. You see it well above the fingertips, and the ruling is no touch, point for the Vibe. So Banworth will keep the challenge. I think this is the system college coaches would like to go to. If you challenge and you win, you keep your challenge. Fourth service error on the Vibe.
Supernovas. Serving number 28, Kayla Caffey.
And now Caffey back to serve. Atlanta 5 away from set number 1. Off the side of the block of Horde.
And Cheney gets in that gap between the right side middle blocker, forcing Valentine Anderson to try to get in there and help. And so she's a smaller block. You can see they're overloading her when they run in the middle into her area. Plus she has the outside attacker coming in her area. That puts a lot of stress, especially on a smaller blocker.
Cooper off the block and out, and kill for Reagan Cooper. Cooper played for the Columbus Fury last season. Again, she was the rising star, I mentioned that earlier. Akin to Rookie of the Year in the league.
Serving for the Big O, Valentine Anderson.
Cooper and Nunaviller are just different style of attackers, which is really helps this offense for the Supernovas.
Vincini again in the middle. Balin said she liked her middles, and they have produced here early in set 1.
A really great connection right now between Monserrat and her middle. She feels confident. They're getting up. She sees them, and sometimes you don't see that early on in the season. It takes time to develop that rhythm and connection.
Caitlin Horde with the kill.
Serving number 8, Reagan Cooper.
Horde again, just not a full swing. It's like a 60% swing just off the top of the hands.
Did she get the back line? No, did not. It is long. Point for the Vibe. And now Vibe just 2 away from taking set 1.
Substitution into the match feed, number 4, Bianca Pertolino.
Bertolino now into serve for the Vibe. Bertolino out of Argentina by way of Georgia Tech. There's a look at the replay, just long on the swing by Nunaviller. Fifth service error for the Vibe. 5 of the Supernovas, 19 points. Coming courtesy of the serve.
Kayla was just trying to get a different style of serve going, and I've seen that serve from Bianca. She's gone on some incredible runs for Georgia Tech in her college career.
And you can tell by the applause. Into the game now, former Nebraska player Lindsey Krause, and also former Omaha Scott player. So Krause into serve. She had a great serve this year. Served very well.
Lindsay went on several service runs for us. She is a very aggressive server, and with that style of serve, it really challenges because she hits it at a high level, so it comes just over the net, and it's very difficult for passers.
Set point here for the Vibe. Not yet. On the swing by Payne.
There you see Payne comes in on a first tempo set, so you don't see that a lot on right sides running quick, so they did a double quick with Kathy in front, Payne behind, but Payne being a former middle, she's able to run that first tempo, and it really gives the Novas another option there in front row.
Yeah, Bird really talked about her swing on first tempo and how much she liked it. Great touch. Valentina Anderson. And a timeout taken by Kathy and the Vibe.
That was the experience right there. You can tell she's played a lot of volleyball, or just to know where's that open spot going to be on the court in that situation.
Supernovas down 3. Vibe looking for set 1 when we come back. Third set point upcoming for the Vibe. Kelsey Payne out of Austin, Texas, will serve for the Novas. Little tight. Second touch knocked down, pushes behind to Payne. Had a block touch on it to keep it alive. Back row Beeson. Swing is wide. There was no touch. Oh, there was a touch. And Beeson gets the kill and set number 1 for the Vibe. Unless we have, and now they've reversed it. We've seen a point called both ways.
I didn't have it touched because of the angle when I had it.
Yeah, we're getting an explanation.
I don't think he signaled touch, but I think he went the wrong way there.
Got it.
Okay.
Now he does say touch. And the Supernovas are saying there was no touch. Caleb Anworth is saying, hurry, get over here to the bench. It's over. Set 1's done.
Cross sides.
Let's see if there was a touch here. And I think Nunaviller is saying she didn't touch. There was no touch. And you can't challenge a non-block touch. Is that right?
I think Kayla might have got it.
Kayla got there late.
Maybe late. Yep. Oh, there's a challenge.
So the Supernovas are challenging that there is no touch. The ruling was a touch on the Supernovas.
Another challenge brought to you by Premier Play.
Let's get it shot of there, Kayla Caffey, see what she's saying. She's saying I definitely didn't touch her. or mum on the. So watch Caffey come in late.
Can't tell if that index finger gets it or not. Right?
Yep. Maybe another angle would be able to see if it was well inside that hand or. Here, this angle might tell us. Doesn't. That's no help either.
And I think, I'm not sure there was a touch on the right back either. She was a little late, yeah.
And they are going to say wide, no touch, point for the Novas. So good challenge there by Bird. And now this will be the 4th set point for the Vibe.
This new system's really getting tested early on.
It is. That's right. Served by Payne. Good run in the middle, and the kill by Fanning. Good connection there to the middle, and that will close out set number 1 of the kill by Shelly Fanning. So the Vibe takes set number 1, trying to spoil the home opener of the defending Pro Volleyball champs. And they were the preseason favorites in the league, receiving 4 first-place votes. Dockery's receiving 2, and the Supernovas picked 3rd in the league, the 1 first-place vote. Indy Ignite 4th, and the rest of the preseason poll.
I think you got to look with Atlanta returning Edmond, the player of the year.
Yeah.
They have Henson, the libero of the year. I mean, they have a solid core returning setter. And they get the #1 draft pick. Kayla, you know, their coaching staff and organization really did a nice job of assembling a team that fit well with what they're going after in the drafts and what they had currently on their team, and really had a plan to know what their vision was for this team, how they wanted their team to look offensively, defensively, and did a nice job putting that together.
I thought the story of the draft of Merritt Beeson was a fun one. I think, you know, some folks know how close Merritt Beeson was to wearing a Supernovas uniform this year?
Yeah, I mean, she was very close, and I think a lot of people expected that, and
Yeah.
I think the Novas wanted that to happen too, and you know the trading process and all those little intricacies that take place as you're negotiating trade spots and players and draft picks for the following year, and you know, Kayla will negotiate with the best of them. I know that, having worked with Kayla, and she came out on top.
Miranda quick in the middle, not down. Pushed outside. Cooper got the kill.
Cooper has had a lot of swings for the Novas, and she's really mixing up her shots at time. Merritt's a little late getting out to the pen, gave her a little bit too much line, and she took advantage of that.
Back to that conversation of getting Merritt Beeson, the vibe gave the 2nd and 9th round pick to Indy, and the vibe get back the 1st this year, the 2nd next year. But really the key there was getting the 1st round pick this year, because Caleb Anworth really wanted Merritt Beeson. They needed that L2, that other, I'm sorry,
right side, yep.
That right side, yep, the other right side.
Yeah, and that just goes to, they really sat down and mapped out what they wanted their team to look like, and she knew who she wanted to go after to fill those spots, from her draft board to those players already in the Federation and who they needed to go get.
Off the top of the block, not down goes Timmer. Here is Cooper. A little close to the net, and the kill on the overpass.
Staying aggressive at the net, those overpasses. You always say in volleyball, you get an overpass, you have to make the most of it, because we talk about if you don't kill an overpass, it's going to come back to haunt you. And there you see, she just continues to attack to find a way to get that kill.
Back row, no touch. Ball is long. Novas have opened up a 4-1 lead here in the 2nd. How about last year for Reagan Cooper? As she tries to dig that one but can't get it up. Reagan Cooper last year in her first year as a 6th rotation player into pro volleyball. I mean, what a transition that is.
Yeah. Well, and I was just thinking the same thing with Merritt. Merritt's playing 6 rotations, and
right.
she, you know, did for us the year before.
Junior
last
year,
year
yeah.
she didn't, and so with the limited number of subs and how you can sub in professional volleyball, it just changes and makes you be a 6 rotation player.
What a great set and a swing there by Caitlin Horde.
It's a little bit of a drift day. You see she's coming from the right side of the court, so she's not right off of the setter's shoulder. She drifts a little bit towards the middle of the court, away from that middle blocker, and just a really great play for her to come in at that angle.
Just punched over. Good opportunity here. Monterey on the slide. Feeds Fanning, and Fanning with the kill.
Fanning working hard to get behind there, taking pressure off of Edmond out on the front row. And you see she, on that slide, just gets right in the seam. Caffey a little late getting there to close, and it makes that seam ball an easy target.
Nutteviller off the top of the block. Off the top, and the kill on the swing by Edmond. Shelly Fanning back to serve.
Another thing you might notice with the service team, their players don't have to move to their base positions and start where they're at. They can go directly to their base. So normally you see if, you know, Edmond would be a right front, her position's right front, she'd have to wait and switch and make that switch, but they change it to where the service team now, they can just go to their base position, so you don't see that switch being made.
Edmond off the top of the block. Cooper kept it alive. Nutteviller into the net.
There was no doubt in my mind Nutteviller was going to swing at that ball.
Right.
She is not going to send a free ball. That's just not in her DNA, and she's 110% all the time. And I think she's a very rhythm player, and the vibe is not giving her many opportunities to pass and swing to hit. They're making other people pass out there, and yeah, that's Brooke's style: pass, swing, and hit.
Nunaviller outside, good coverage on the block. Nunaviller again with the swing. Dig very close, and it's going to be a point for the Supernovas.
Monserrat not sure on that call. Ball's
Half the ball, right?
Yep. Saying the ball was in the plane of the net. She's back row. You can't touch it if the ball's in the plane of the net.
Kill by Beeson from the left side.
Kill by Merritt Beeson. Serving Leah
Great
Edmond.
set by Monterey, clear across the court, but still great tempo ball. Gets all the way out there to give Merritt that open seam.
Serve hit that back line, and the ace for Edmond. Well, she was close earlier to tagging that back line and just got it there. Dig. Cooper from off the net. Swing there wide, and point Novas.
Fanning there, maybe just a little bit underneath the ball. So when she hit that attack to cause that attack wide, but she was trying to avoid the block. The Supernovas were there on it, skating over our block, and she's more of a vision player, so she's not going to try to take a big rip into the block.
Fifth service error on the Novas. As Kathy will head to the bench. Cooper with the angle. Was there a touch? Nope. And point for the vibe.
You see in the serve receive how Brooke Nunaviller is really pushing over and squeezing over there to try to be able to get as many balls as she can while she's in the middle of the court passing.
Good touch. And the kill by Valentine Anderson. I thought her set before that was terrific. She gave a peek across the net, looked outside, and set behind. She's very deceptive.
Very high volleyball IQ, very high volleyball IQ. And she's been in the league, so played professionally so many years, and sometimes you got to start developing some of those tricks because maybe the body doesn't move quite like it did when you first came into the league, and you got to use whatever you can to your advantage.
You say they're getting old?
Not saying that.
They call her Nazi. She was an All-American at FIU back in 2009. Setter for the Puerto Rican national team. And four-time best setter of the year in the Puerto Rican League. And the ace for Nazi.
Smart shot, forcing either Fanning to have to play that short ball. They know she's trying to get out of there to be able to run a quick tempo. If you pull Pia up on the left, that'll take her out. So it sets up their block to be able to get out to Merritt on the right side.
Push back to Beeson into the block. Beeson again, and that time inside the block and right between that of Horde and Cooper, and another kill for Merritt Beeson. That's her fifth.
First swing, we call it kind of a recycle play. She's got there and didn't take a hard, powerful swing to the block. She hit it just right into the hands to allow her team to be able to cover that ball, and then to get a nice in-system play again to come back where she was able to get a quicker tempo set back to the pin.
That is now 6 kills for Merritt Beeson. She leads the vibe in kills. And just long on the serve.
The vibe had to bring in Corey Lewis in the middle for Fanning. It looked like Fanning came a little tender on her right knee.
Second touch, Monserrat.
Monserrat's an aggressive setter. We've seen her a couple times tonight. try to attack from the back row. She'll send a little two-shoot over, and when it's tight in the front row, she's aggressive. So she's always a weapon up there and forces that block for Omaha to really take note when she's in front row.
Miller off the top of the block. Good touch for the Vibe. Back row, Beeson, and Merritt Beeson now with 7 kills, and her numbers beginning to rack up. You see a different Merritt here tonight?
Yeah, it's fun to see. She's really in rhythm, especially on that back row. And I think, you know, like you talk, she's not having to be the vocal leader, the leader out there, carry it. And when you're playing and take some of that pressure off, it allows you to play a little more free. And plus, when you have Leah Edmond, the returning player of the year, on the left side, that also takes a little pressure off.
Draw a little attention over there, yeah. Great block here. I think Horde was in there, and it was Caitlin Horde getting the block.
Caitlin really working hard to push her hands back to the middle of the court. She's getting out there, closing and pushing back to the middle to not allow there to be a bad touch on that block.
You know, Bird said, I'm never going to call this team young. I'm going to say it's just a different team, and we have to find our own kind of identity this year. But you can see, as young as they are, if they can continue to improve and play together, this is a team that can do some damage here in the PVF.
Absolutely, and you know they're going to get better. I mean, when you have players like Nunaville or Valentine Anderson, that experience driving you today, you know how they are in the gym. And there's some of these younger players, some are coming off college, some are coming off, they haven't played for several months because their last time they played was in the league last year. So it takes a little bit to get in rhythm, and you're with new players on the court, that trust, just to feel comfortable. It doesn't come overnight.
Well, you saw how many players are new to the PVF on that graphic. It is a slew of young players for the Supernovas. And a timeout taken on the floor. Supernovas have the lead. 15-13 here in set 2. Beeson leading the way for the Vibe. Supernovas lead here in the second, 15-13. Novas fans into it.
It's a really fun atmosphere for this team, the Novas, to play in, but just for this professional volleyball league. It's really, like you said, they've set the standard very high for this league and other organizations throughout.
It was fun and a great atmosphere. I was just surprised you were dancing between sets. That was a little strange.
Yeah, you know me. Dancing's my second nature.
Good tip there. Nunaville is so good at that tip, and she's got that heavy topspin roll that she can utilize as well.
That's something Bird said she'd like to see more of from her, is that roll shot, because she's so crafty as a player, and they're expecting her to come up and swing aggressive all the time at sharp angles, and just that roll shot, it tends to fall for her almost every time.
Good effort there by Caffey. Tried to go off the block. Missed the block and just wide. Point for the Vibe. Monserrat with the serve. Tough serve by Monserrat. Did not go into the antenna, so still alive. Just rolled along the top of the tape. Great up. Nunaviller, great touch by Nunaviller. Brushes it off the hand of Beeson and gets the kill.
Valentine Anderson finding a way to make plays out there for the Supernovas, and then that ball's tight. There's a big double block right in front. There's really only one thing you can do with that ball, and Brooke doing a very nice job just pushing it off the hands of Beeson.
Great pass there by Nunaviller. Set up the middle run. Oh, boy, great effort to keep that up. That's a kill 9 times out of 10. Back row. Some defense being played by the Vibe. Ooh, and what an up by Nunaviller. One-handed. Cooper not down. Beeson off the block. Another great diving up by Nunaviller. Push behind and the kill for the Novas.
What a rally. You see both teams making plays in the back row, taking big swings in the front row and out of the back row. It's just really great volleyball that rally.
Boy, those long rallies, great defensive plays. You win those points, it gets the crowd involved, and they're into it here in Omaha. The match began here tonight. It was a celebration of the 2024 champs as the banner was unveiled. Supernovas won it here last year in a sweep 3-0 over the Grand Rapids Rise.
2024 Pro Volleyball Champions.
Rise knocked off this Atlanta team 3-2 in the semifinals. And then the Novas hosted the championship and went on to win it here in the home floor. Great run there, good tempo and pace on the kill by McKenna Vinci.
Vinci, we've seen attack the gap a lot on the B set. This time she comes right up the middle. The pass was pushed a little bit to the right. She gets right to the setter and up early. Really, really nice play.
Good up by Hintz. And then the block, Kayla Caffey.
Kayla can jump and hang up there, and that was just a nice job. She got out there, waited, and then she got up, has a little bit of hang time to get that ball. Its attack is further off the net, so you got to wait longer as a blocker. You can't go at your normal speed when the set is off the net because the ball's getting to you later. So she really read that well and made a nice play.
And Caffey now back to serve. Great pass, second touch, good diving up. Was it in? No, just wide, but what an up by Nunaviller. Well, she's been playing some defense back there.
Yeah. I think she could be if she can make it as the outside, she could be a libero for any team as well, yes.
Well, how about this? If you think about the history of the Pac-12, right? She is the only player in the history of Pac-12 volleyball to have more than 1,500 kills and 2,000 digs. I mean, it just speaks volumes about her versatility and ability to play 6 rotations.
Yeah, and a lot of people would originally see her and think, she couldn't be a front row, 6 rotation player. But one, it's her competitive nature. She can jump really well. She has a really fast arm, and then she's very smart. She has a big toolbox as an attacker and really keeps the defense off their toes, on their toes.
Did you have an opportunity to see her in Eugene? She was honored the night that Nebraska
that we were
was,
there. That's right. Yes, she was.
They had a big celebration for Nunaviller. I think it was during the intermission. Nebraska was up 2-0, and she came out, and I thought it was interesting for someone who plays pro volleyball in Nebraska that they honored her
during the
Huskers.
Nebraska game. There, it was sold out, so they bring her in, and
that was a great crowd. Swing there into the antenna, so a point for the Novas, and now Omaha is just 4 away from knotting this at 1 apiece. Valentine Anderson. Beeson with the tip. Sit right back. Good swing. Pia with another kill. Pia Timmer.
Not sure how she got that through, and she's had a tough swings before that, but that time sets a little tight. She just takes a little off, places it right in the middle of the court, and was able to get to the seam of the block.
Pia Timmer, one of the players who I think surprised Kayla Caffey the most. And, you know, we knew she was a great player, saw what she did at Washington State, but really surprised from her level of play after playing pro ball in Turkey.
Yeah, it came in and knew she fit that L2 position, but maybe wasn't expecting her to be in the starting lineup right away, and had a great training camp and the early part of this season.
Aiko Jones now into the game. Aiko out of Jamaica, played at Louisville. Her block is elite, and you just saw it.
Yeah, she's in there to do just that.
That's right. They'll go the other way, and the block's there as well. Back-to-back points. And we're going to have a timeout. Yeah.
She's a very physical middle, jumps extremely well, quick moving laterally, and she had an incredible career at Florida State.
Yeah.
I think you'll see her grow. We talk about getting better throughout the season, and I think that's one person that Kayla's excited to see get better. And she has moments in the gym, Kayla said, that are just awe moments. Like, you just can't believe she just hit the ball that hard or jumped that high or made that block. But, you know, as a middle, just connection with the setter and getting your comfortable with the offense has been her adjustment. And, you know, she's starting to get her feet wet tonight.
So the timeout was taken by the Supernovas, and we are at 21-19 now as the Vibe right back in this here in set number 2. 4 players on these two teams making the 7-person preseason all PVL team. If you look at the Vibe, you have Edmond and Hintz, preseason honors, and of course for the Supernovas, Cooper and Nunaviller.
There's definitely going to be some youth on this when you look at the end of the season. I think filling those spots on these teams, just a lot of unknowns coming in the season for some of these teams and the players that they've drafted, and it's going to be real exciting to see just how the level continues to get better each week.
Well, that's an interesting Supernovas outfit. Trying to run the middle, not down. Bump set behind. Here's Pia again into the block, and a big return block by the Supernovas. Ward was there.
Payne's another really physical blocker. We talk about Jones on the right side for Atlanta, and then you have Payne out there for Omaha, and just really great blockers.
Tried to push it into the block, but Aiko's blocked as well. Back-to-back blocks for the Novas, and now they're 2 away.
We have Whitney Bauer in setting now, played at BYU. She's setting, running the offense for the Vibe, and to keep Aiko in there. So they did that double sub. So Aiko's hitting front row now, back row setter and Bauer, and set just a little tight. Didn't give Aiko much opportunity to try to make a play there.
Yeah, I think that was one of the comments Kayla made, is you'll likely see that double sub because she thinks those two fit well together and really can bring some offense as well as Aiko's block.
Yeah, offense, the block from Aiko, and then they're just both just been players that their personalities fit when they, you need a play to come up or you need them to make a big play. They both have those personalities and carried that weight in their collegiate careers for their respective teams.
Great night here in Omaha as the Supernovas kick off the 25 season as defending champs, and wouldn't be surprised if we have a near or record crowd as the place is packed here tonight.
Yeah, I would guess 12 to 14, somewhere in there.
Yep. Last year, the record here in Omaha, 12,090 for the Supernovas. That was high in the league as well. The average attendance for the Supernovas, 9,600. Now you just need the rest of the league to catch up.
And these players deserve to play in front of a crowd like that every night. I mean, it's good volleyball, and they deserve to be able to showcase it in front of a big crowd.
What good effort there by Timmer to go into the net and try to bring it back over outside the antenna, but did not. And so we have set point here in the second for the Supernovas. Back row, good dig. Good opportunity, back row, Cooper got it! And Cooper with the kill, and the Supernovas take set number 2. Young squad settling in as they take the second. They are now knotted at 1. Take a look at some of the highlights for the first 2 sets. We'll start with Merritt Beeson, who really got off to a nice early start.
Yeah, right away, 2 big swings down the line, the first 2 points of the match, and then we just talked about the rhythm that she was getting into out of the back row. You see Monterey really setting her, relying on her on that right, we called a red in our game, and just hitting behind the setter, still having an option on that right pin, even though Merritt's in back row.
Beeson led the Vibe with 8 kills, hitting .227, and for the Supernovas, no surprise, they're led by Brooke Nunaviller.
Yeah, we knew Nunaviller was going to be their go-to player, and the Vibe does too, but yet she's still able to find 7 kills in the first 2 sets, and she just does it mixing up shots. She's hit seam, she's roll shot, she's made plays, tight sets off the block. You see there's a nice tip, and you just really see her IQ and we talked about her toolbox that she has a hitter. She's not a 6'5" pen hitter. She has to be creative and really keep the opposing team's defense on their toes.
Merritt, Beeson, Brooke Nunaviller leading the way for each of their teams. Vibe took set 1. Supernovas come back and take set 2, 25-19, and we are at 1-1. Caitlin Award also having a nice match. 6 kills for Caitlin, 9 swings. She's hitting .667.
No, that was Caitlin, not necessarily at Penn State. She was, I mean, you knew she was going to get some big kills, but she is kind of just a silent assassin out there as far as a middle. Like when she gets set, she finds a way to get a kill. She's not getting a ton of sets, and she's not always the one that, it's not always a bounce or anything, but she finds a way to get a kill, and just another smart, crafty player, and one who's versatile in the middle. She can go in front, she can go behind, and I think that's something that Bird really enjoys about her is she could be the M1, she could be the M2, and she's willing to do either, and she'll have success in either position.
Yeah, I think she said over the last 4 weeks, she's really seen Caitlin Hort take off. In practice has been much more efficient and dynamic, and one of the reasons she got to start tonight. And the M1.
Yeah.
Brings a little bit of energy too.
She's got a really fun personality, and she's someone that when we're on the road, if we're in the area, she'll come watch us, support us still, and the players that got to play with her love to see her still, talk with her, and it's really cool to see that even though she's got a big career of her own now in the professional, that she'll come support her fellow teammates, and it has that connection still.
It was interesting as they went through the huddle there and she did the high fives to see how many former Big Ten players are on this roster, from Caffey to Londot, Krause, Horde, Batenhorst, and of course Kendra Waite, maybe not in the Big Ten, but certainly local, playing the Jays right here at CHI at times, and not far from here at DJ Sokol.
Nunaviller there came up with a huge angle. That was a sharp angle.
It's a big swing. Was there a touch? Yes. And the kill for the Vibe. There's Kendra Waite. I think Bird said not afraid to go to her at all. Like she's been terrific in practice.
Yeah, she came in and made that adjustment quickly to the professional level and connected. Something you think if you've run an offense, coming back and connecting with, finding your rhythm with your hitters that are at a little different level sometimes, and she just came in and found that connection right away, and her confidence out there.
Bump set out to Payne. Good up. Timber. The swing, no touch. It is long and point. Supernovas. And I think we have a challenge from Kayla Banworth.
Kayla up right away to challenge that. Oh no. There's a bat flying around in here, or a bird, whatever that is.
You look concerned. Is there a reason you're under the table?
No, probably not ideal for that to be flying over the court. Yep, there it goes.
Ooh. It is a bat. It is a bat, and just diving at players, and the players are having none of it.
Yeah. You will see the bench clear.
It's coming right at us over the top. There it is. Well, isn't this fun? We have some entertainment in addition to the volleyball match tonight.
I'm curious how they're going to figure out how to get that out of here.
I would imagine it would be difficult to play.
Yeah. Everyone's got their one eye focused on bringing that basket.
I believe we have a decision on the challenge, but we're not playing yet until we have a bat resolution.
They did call a touch, right, on the block?
I missed that.
I think there was a block touch. I think they did call block touch.
Okay, there was a block touch, so the challenge was successful. Well, maybe the net could be used for dual purposes tonight.
To catch a bat. See any signs of this bat not
There we
flying
go.
over the court.
And it did not take long for the audio crew to go to the appropriate music. Well, while we watch the bat here at CHI Health Center, we're going to send you away for moments, and hopefully we have a resolution when we come back. Squirrels in venues, we've seen cats, we've seen Randy Johnson destroy a bird. I have not seen a bat in an indoor venue before. This is of interest, but they're going to play on. So back underway we go. Payne off the block. Timmer tight to the net. Back row Cooper. Supernovas were signaling no touch on that, but Kayla Caffey gets the kill.
Bird saying, thank goodness, because I didn't challenge that quick enough. No, good thing Kayla came through and won that rally. I think the previous rally, they ended up, before the bat, I think they did end up that challenge calling a block touch, for Atlanta to get that point.
Oh, great up. Good, quick run in the middle. Supernovas right there. They'll run the middle again. Second time, it is a kill for Vicini.
Chidi doing a nice job getting up, getting right to the setter both times. That time, first swing behind she goes in front of the center, second swing right behind the center, and just, she saw a late block and just nice touch off the block.
Into the block goes Cooper. Tough shot over the shoulder. Vicini now to serve. Back row, what a swing and a kill for the Novas. That's Payne again.
Payne, right side, but she's coming up the middle on a bick, so they haven't set her a lot on the right side of the net, or on the right side in the back row. They bring her up the middle, take big advantage of her height back there.
Caffey with the ace. Second ace for the Supernovas. Sent back over. Opportunity here for the 5 out of the back row into the net. And point for the Supernovas, getting error on the Vibe.
Edmond not having probably the match she'd like to start the season off after coming off last year as the play of the year, but she carries a big load for Atlanta, and Omaha's serving her, making her play a lot of balls.
Beeson sit back. I'll go the other way. Now Supernova's getting a touch on a lot of swings by the Vibe. Not that one though, and the kill out of the back row by Leah Edmond.
You know, and sometimes as a hitter, even though you're not, or for a blocker, you're not blocking the ball, just the touch means just as much. You're slowing it down, and it frustrates the hitters. You can see that it's like, how can I not get a clean kill? So you know, Omaha working really hard along the net to get those touches and really slowing down the pace of the ball.
7 service errors on the Vibe. Beeson right into the block, and yeah, Caitlin Horde liked that one.
Now that was the bounce block. I was just referring to, they weren't getting, Caitlin must have been like, I can show you a bounce block. Here you go. Great close out to the pen, and set was inside a little bit. She did a nice job dropping that hand, knowing that she was going to take that cross-court shot.
There is Payne off the top of the block. Cooper sends it back over. On the slide, not down. Good up, Dunaviller. Push back, Payne again. Back row, what a swing. Edmond has some power.
Again, you see both teams really utilizing their back row attack. And, they have, everybody's calling for it, trying to, so there's not an easy ball coming back over the net. They're constantly trying to stress the other team.
Edmond not down. Cooper off the block and gets a kill.
Smart shot by Cooper. She knew she had Monserrat out there. You saw her almost as she was taking that swing. She was looking at the hands to see if she could take the swing off of them.
And another ace. That one by Cooper. Reagan Cooper with the ace.
Uncharacteristic to see Morgan Hintz get ace. Yeah, she's just a really strong passer, covers a lot of area.
Not only did she play for the Fury last year and named Rookie of the Year, but led the Fury in total kills and also kills per set in her first year in the PVF. Kept alive. Free ball, but good up. Nice defense there by the Novas, and then great second touch by Monserrat.
Smart thinking there is a big play. They just made a great dig. Everyone hustling to get back and then throw something down when they're not expecting it. She saw her middle moving, she saw that opening open up for her to take that ball down.
Corey Lewis with the ace. Valentine Anderson wasn't sure what to do with that. Very tight to the net. Better pass. Tempo not down, but got the kill. Sorry, the block on the left side.
Valentine Anderson still setting that fast tempo, clear across the court, getting out there. Brooke gets on it. Just when you're setting that fast all the way across the court, allows the block. You know, your shot's going to be tough for you to take down the line. It's going to be going cross court. Gives the advantage to the block.
On the slide. Tight, overpass, not down, and into the net, called on the Vibe.
Or maybe just a error by Lewis, not sure to take that second ball. It's a little ball handling error that normally she's not in that position to set that second ball, and it just came her way, and she had to step in to make the play.
And that middle again, and boy, that has been working for the Vibe. Another kill by Vicini.
Vicini is up and out quick in the block. She has hit wrist away on it, taking it to left back. She's taking it cross body, so she's doing a nice job mixing up her shots, not allowing the block, seeing what they're taking, and then able to take that other angle.
Vicini, 5 kills, hitting .556. Ooh, that was a collision there. Nuneviller took one in the nose. And the block on the left side by Edmond. And they'll check here on Nuneviller as she took a shoulder right into the nose.
Both Valentine Anderson and Brooke went flying in for that ball.
Another look. Ooh, it was a foot.
Yeah.
We'll take a timeout as the Vibe on a run have taken the lead 12-10. Face. Vibe leading at 12-10 here in set 3.
Brooke really trying to get her composure.
Yeah,
I mean,
still, yeah.
I think she's thinking, they're going to serve me.
So here we go, the Vibe to serve. Montserrat back at the service line. Outside, Nuneviller tools the block. Apparently just fine.
And we play on. She's back to normal.
What did Coach Burt say? This team loves the grind, right? The more difficult it gets. So this whole team kind of rooted in that outwork mentality. When she puts them through the kind of the grind and practice, that's when this team has responded the best.
Well, I think you talked about them trying to create their own identity. They only have 4 returners from last year's team, so really they don't feel that pressure of we won it last year and we're trying to come back and do the same thing this year, because they have so many new players out there, and they're just really trying to create their identity. It's a new team, new year, and they've really embraced that. And she said you can see that every day in practice.
Yeah. Yep. Edmond with the serve. Good pass, they'll go right back to her. Back row, Edmond. Swing by Edmond. You can see why she was Player of the Year.
Yeah. Perfect execution there. Attack out of the back row. You see she's deep on her, gets on her approach. It's a quicker tempo set. She gets on it quickly.
Oh, great job defensively by Vicini to recognize the second touch by Valentine Anderson.
Really disciplined decision there, disciplined play there from her. Kayla talked about, she was impressed that she's probably their best blocker out of their middles. You know, she talked about that core group being very good, tough to decide which ones, but you can see there just really great discipline in that block move.
Behind to Beeson. And Beeson gets the kill.
Another big swing by Merritt down the line. She's been quiet here lately as far as offensive kills here, and now she's back up there. Nice tempo, got it out to the pin. Monserrat got it right out there, and she was able to take it down the line.
On the slide, Kathy. Good touch to send it over. Heady play by Timber. Good up. Cooper, good angle by Cooper, and the kill. Boy, that was a great thumb down. Shaved off an angle there.
Really sharp angle. Somehow she got that past the block. Lewis is a physical middle as far as she jumps really high. So sometimes when you jump high, you're a little late getting over, and it allows those attackers to really hit that sharp angle underneath your arms.
7 service errors on the Supernovas, 8 on the 5. Tell in the conversation that we had with Kayla how much she likes this team, and I thought, well, of course, because she helped put it together, but she really seems to think there's a, pun not intended, a good vibe on this Atlanta team.
Yeah, she said it's a special group that they're, not only are they great volleyball players, they're great humans. So it makes it fun to be in there every day. And they've really, the older players or returning players have really taken the new ones under their wing, and they're, everybody's really gelled. When you think about it, you're putting so many different personalities together, and you don't have a lot of time to try to get that out on the court. And she said it's happened seamlessly almost for them.
Challenge here, is there a touch? Might have been. It's like maybe
Might have got on yeah.
right ring finger of Horde, and there was a touch. Good challenge by the Vibe.
There, your eyes are just as good as the Bolt system.
I didn't see it in real time. Pushed over, sent back. Trying to get in system here. Nova still scrambling on this rally. Good shoulder dig back to Nunavilla, who tries to end it, but doesn't. Big block that time. Cooper got the hand on it. Horde was there with her.
I'm impressed with how Omaha stays calm in the chaos. So you see them, really making one-hand digs. It's not your normal in-system plays. They have to kind of send things over, easy plays over, but they get organized really quick, get calm, and they don't ever let that get them frazzled. And I think that speaks really to how Brooke and Valentine Anderson, they just play out there and lead this group.
Back-to-back blocks. That one by Payne. Nova's trying to make a run here. Still down by 3. Valentine Anderson back to serve. Short serve. And third consecutive block. Caitlin Horde. And a timeout will be taken by the Vibe.
Just try to run Aiko on a quicker tempo set in front, and instead of taking her behind to hit on the pin, and that didn't phase Horde at all. She was all over for it, expecting it.
Back-to-back blocks for the Supernovas. They trail by 2. The Supernovas in the Vibe in set 3. Vibe with a 2-point advantage here late in the 3rd.
Supernovas have come out with 2 big defensive plays, with 2 big blocks for here to get back in this, and they've really had some runs with Valentine Anderson back serving. She can place the ball in there short, which slows up and disrupts that quick tempo that they've had a lot of success with on Atlanta's side, running that middle.
Pushed outside, and connection a bit off. And now it is a 4-0 run for the Supernovas.
Haley goes back to 5-1, bringing Merritt in back row, and Montserrat back up to set.
Another short. Short shift can be effective, but not when it's lollipop, right? Pro tip, and then great hustle and the up. Gomez was there. And then McKinn. And the kill. I believe that was Corey Lewis in the middle, right? Yep, Lewis with the kill.
Great up. Perfect pancake there.
So that ends the run for the Supernovas. Vibe serving. Middle run not down, second touch. That's about all Montserrat had. They're going to say into the net on Montserrat as she tried to take it over on 2 on the tight pass.
And that's, you know, when you look at there's only 1 ref, normally you see that the R2 is looking to call the net. And now all that's on the first referee. And
maybe one of our loudest cheers of the night here as Allie Batenhorst, former Husker, former Trojan, now into the game for the Supernovas. Oh, Nunaville tried to get it over.
Payne not sure. She had a touch on that block. She wasn't sure where it went. Unfortunately, just bounced right back to Atlanta.
Serving number 22, Corey Lewis.
Lewis now back to serve. I bet they target zone 1. No, I was right. Nunaville off the block. Big point for the Novas. Double-digit kills for the 18th time in her career. Nunaville now has 10. And now into the game, another loud cheer for Lindsay Krause. There's Krause in to serve. Omaha down by just 1. Good pass, Nunaville. Right back to her off the top of the block. Big point, and we're knotted at 20.
Great play by Nunaville. She came off, dug a hard shot, perfectly up to the setter, and then was able to come back and made a really nice swing high off the top of the block where made a difficult play for middle back to try to get that ball.
And this is where you're seeing the embrace the grind, right? It gets tough, it gets hard. And that's what Coach Bird says this team has been at its best. Vicini with a good swing in the middle. And Atlanta by 1.
The Supernovas serve has really been effective in slowing down the middle attack for Atlanta. I mean, if Atlanta's passing, they're running that middle, and you can see there the Novas were able to go on a run there when Atlanta's passing broke down, and they had to strictly rely on just Penn's attackers.
Nunaviller again, great swing. Great angle, great swing. Nunaviller seems a bit motivated right now.
Yeah. And that's got to be so refreshing for Valentine Anderson. I mean, as a setter, you want to see a hitter like that that's wanting the ball. It's a big-time situation. She wants to be the one that's taking the swings.
Good pass. On a tough serve. Nunaviller again from off the net. Great hustle. Beeson able to get a swing on it. Caffey. Nunaviller right into the block. Vicini again.
She has really led the way as far as blockers for Atlanta. And she gets out there, you see, she blocked that ball with her left hand, and you talk about Nunaviller's taking rips, and a lot of those rips are gonna, that set was inside, she's looking to take that shot sharp inside, and Vicini drops her hand to get the block on that one.
Great up there. And the block again, Vicini. Boy, it had been a side-out battle until that point, since they were at 20.
Yeah, and she makes that same play, really drops inside there. The set was inside. It's tough for when it's that far inside and tight with that big block to try to take a swing down the line. And
Edmond with a yo-yo serve, got the ace. Edmond went short last time, aggressive that time, right at Batenhorst, and a timeout taken by the Novas. Good run here by the Vibe, and they are at set point. And a timeout for Omaha.
Vibe has the right server back at the end line. Leah Edmond has a tough serve. You saw yo-yo short deep, but she puts a lot on it. She's tagged the back line a couple times so far tonight. So just the server you want right now when it's this tight in this set.
We saw the back-to-back blocks for the Novas to get them back into it, but Atlanta here in set 3, 7 blocks. Yeah.
I bet Vicini has been on at least 4 of those.
4, yeah, right. Including the last 2 points as well. She's had 3, yeah. She has been big late. So we'll see what the Supernovas draw up here out of the break. With Edmond still back at the service line and the dangerous jump serve that Leah Edmond has.
You know, and being the first match, sometimes as coaches, you're able to scout and have, okay, we know that we've watched so many matches of a team play, we know this is what they're going to try to go to when it's tight, but this being the first match, you just got to rely on everyone being ready to go, discipline. You can't really draw up expected play. And then there's a missed serve, you don't have to worry about it.
That's right. So Nunaviller now back to serve. Second set point here for the Vibe. Cross court, was it in? It was, and the kill by Timmer, and the set goes to the Atlanta Vibe. So the Vibe take the third and now have a 2-1 lead here in the home opener for the Supernovas. We'll be back for the fourth in Omaha. back here in Omaha. Good look at downtown. We are right in the heart of it here at the CHI Health Center, where the Supernovas having their home opener as the defending PVF champs take on the Atlanta Vibe. Vibe took set 1. Supernovas, who were the only team last year in the league that did not get swept, took set 2. And then the Vibe come back to take the 3rd. And back out there starting the 3rd is Allie Batenhorst and Merritt Beeson, former teammates.
Both teams, like Atlanta got out to an early start early the first set. Then we saw the Omaha get out early the second set. So it's really been about getting out and getting that early lead for their team, and then they've been able to withstand it throughout that set.
Push back, Beeson tried to go line, no touch, and it's wide.
Merritt's really been taking big swings down the line tonight, and you know, she's known for, she has really sharp cross court, and it looks like that Omaha is set up to allow her to have the line. That time just missed the mark.
Beeson tries to go angle, sit back, but fantastic up there again by Hintz. Digging the back row off the swing by Batenhorst. Into the block, and the Supernovas with the point.
Caitlin Horde in on that block, and she's a disciplined middle blocker. She got to base, she stayed low. As the rally gets going, you tend to force the middle to try, you look for them to force the middle to try to catch their blockers off, and she did a nice job just getting her hands over early. She didn't have to go high, just seal the net low.
First time we've seen a misconnection on a quick tempo pace.
Challenge during the play.
Caleb Hanworth challenges. Was it a net touch? Is that what?
Yep. So they have, you can see her assistant right away.
Atlanta
rings
is
it in and does
a
it.
block touch mid-rally. Net touch, sorry, net touch.
Yep. Challenging that they saw a net violation on the Supernovas.
You almost, with this scenario, have to have somebody in your staff just constantly looking and on it, because there's no time for you to say, I think there was a touch, or I think she hit the net, or I think she was over. I mean, that's just their main focus is there something I need to call during the rally?
I would imagine it has to be fairly obvious too, because you don't want to challenge on that's hair. And so that would not be a net violation.
Nope.
But you can see the turn, the net moves, you
Right.
assume
Yeah.
a body part hit.
That it was an arm if she was turning. It's
Right.
really tough. It's tough to see at the bench, to see at that angle, to see if it is hair or as they're turning.
Yep. Great push. Fantastic hustle. Batenhorst sends it over. A little tight to the net, into the block, and the Supernovas with another block.
Not a lot of room there on that ball to take a swing into the block. Probably a better decision to try to recycle there. But you're Payne's a big blocker, so you got to hit higher. You can't hit into her arm. It's going to be tough to try to recycle when you're hitting that low to the tape.
How about the push by Montserrat, going one way, all the way back to the far pin?
Yeah, she has just showed there what a strong setter she is, and still is able to set tempo out.
Set tempo there, and the kill again by the Vibe. Vicini with the kill, now back to serve.
Montserrat is always looking for Vicini when she's up there, and that's something that
when Kayla talked about now that Lewis is in, that she's trying to find that rhythm and connection, attacking, and you'll see as Monterey doesn't go to her as much in these rallies, and when she's in front row, she does Vincini.
Well, the Novas say you can do it, we can too. Great push to the middle there, and Horde with the kill.
Horde just gets in the gap. She doesn't go right in the middle, right to the middle. She's in between the blockers, gets in there, forces them to have to move to make that play.
Outside to Timmer, off the touch. Back row, Batenhorst. Another block touch kept it alive. Monserrat, quick tempo. Good one-handed up by Gomez. Nunaviller with the tip and the kill. And the Novas had opened up a 6-1 lead here in set 4.
Nice push there by Valentine Anderson as well to get it there. And just smart volleyball by Brooke. Feet were quite there. It was a lower tempo. She had 2 blockers in front of her. Perfect placement, forcing via Timmer to come over to play that ball.
6-1 Omaha. That forces Kayla Banworth to take a timeout. Well, we mentioned the crowd here tonight, and we said off the top it looked like maybe a new record just based on who was here, and it is a new pro volleyball attendance record here tonight. 13,486 here at the CHI Center in Omaha.
We've had 6 crowds over 11,000 here to watch a Supernovas match. It's setting the benchmark pretty high for this rest of this league for the remainder of this season.
So do you think that's actually 13,487 if you count the bat?
Right. They would have to buy a ticket.
Didn't buy a ticket, got it.
This is his
right.
place of residence right now.
That's your problem. We have not seen a reappearance. They break their own record. Last year, over 12,000. This year, over 13,400. It's just hard to imagine to find a state more passionate about this sport. Bump set, Nunaviller into the block. Back row, Batenhorst. And Batenhorst with her first kill in a Supernovas uniform.
And hence, you can see there she makes that play and frustrated there with her teammates about, you know, not coming up and with the second ball. Like we've got to make that play. She says to him, we got to make that play to keep it up and not let that one drop. But great back row swing by Ali.
We've talked about how good the Atlanta middles have been tonight. How about 16 total kills and combined hitting over 425?
It's a good first outing.
Wow. Kayla said she really liked her middles, and maybe even more impressive, it didn't matter what the combination of her middles was. She was confident in any of the 4.
Yeah, when you have good middles, then your setter obviously wants to get the ball, but you got to pass the ball too. And so as a whole, I think Atlanta's done a nice job. The times they've let the Supernovas make a run is they broke down passing and haven't been able to get their middles into the offense.
Here is Nunaviller. Good job by Edmond. Pushed outside. Monserrat runs the middle, gets the kill, add another. It's 17 kills now for the Atlanta middles, and they are without one of their middles right now in Shelly Fanning, who has been out since
set 2.
The second set.
Early in the second set.
Came back with ice on the lower leg, and crutches. Nunaviller off the top of the block and a kill for Brooke.
Brooke has such a fast arm, and so you see that she has blast, high hands, and she makes it look easy, but it's a very difficult skill as an outside hitter to be able to blast high off the hands and not get bounce blocked when you're swinging with that much velocity.
Good block touch by the Novas. Horde bump set. A little too tight for either Caffey or Payne to handle.
Serving number 7.
You see there that that's happened a couple times tonight when their middles are back serving and have to take that second ball. Both sides have struggled controlling that second contact with the libero out, who normally steps in to take that.
Tough pass, great hustle to get up a good ball and a hittable ball, and Nutteviller delivers. But how about Valentine Anderson there?
And give her credit for that kill. Brooke disciplined there, waiting, not going early, seeing where the ball's going to be set. Valentine Anderson puts it there perfectly for her to do a nice step close and take a high swing.
Great tempo in the push outside, and another kill for Edmond. Tough serve by Lewis. Another good set, though, by Valentine Anderson, and another kill for Nutteviller.
I feel like we're on repeat.
Yeah.
Repeat.
Out of
Good
system.
out of system.
Feed
Good
Nutteviller.
touch. Great swing by Nutteviller. I mean, it's been the last 3 or 4 plays have been the exact same scenario. You see Vincini's back in the front row, and right away Montserrat goes through.
Bait horse from off the net, great angle. Boy, good swing there, right in front of Hintz on the kill for Batenhorst.
Allie gets her feet to the ball, and the set's off the net, allows her to see that angle better. If it's a tight set, you can't see it. It's a really tough hit. Off the net, you can see it to be able to cut that ball.
Montserrat goes behind her, Vicini not down. Sent back over on the touch by Montserrat. Batenhorst will get another swing at it. Goes angle again. That time Edmond was there. Leave it for Edmond, who got the kill.
I think both Montserrat and Edmond were a little surprised at how quick a tempo that ball came. I was just like, she said it, first tempo ball almost to the outside, and she got down early and caught the Omaha Supernovas still a little scrambling too on defense.
Batenhorst again into the block. Beeson was there.
Merritt sets a nice block, really sees where the set is able to get there to allow Vincini to close to her to help take away that angle. Allie's just hit 2 sharp angle balls, and then you see that block make that adjustment.
Block but out, and Caffey gets the kill.
They need to get, Omaha will want to get Caffey going. She's been kind of quiet. They've gotten Horde. There's a good connection there with Horde, but Michaela hasn't had a lot of opportunity offensively tonight. So it'd be key for them to keep using her to try to take a little pressure off Allie in the front row.
Edmond swings into the block. So does Beeson, and the block comes up big, and I think that's Valentine Anderson who got the hand on it. Yeah, not gonna smile. How about block from 5'7"?
Yeah.
And an assist. Horde got the assist.
Horde helped finish the play.
Off the tape. Batenhorst pulled inside. Back row, Nutteviller into the block.
Allie really coming in, hitting sharp angle there on that side. You haven't seen her go line yet. And Allie's also known for when the ball's tight, she like to get on it and throw it down. And she slams that ball down, but so far all the sets she's had haven't been tight enough for her to do that. Great cover.
Good cover.
Oh.
And leads to the point. Great job defensively.
Great cover. Both teams, I'm very impressed with how well they've covered their attackers tonight. It's difficult for both teams. Either side has to work hard to get a block.
That was the 25th dig of the night for Gomez. Her season high last year was 20. She did that 3 times. So already a career high for Gomez. Edmond Reacts to keep it alive. Beeson just didn't get on top from off the net.
Oh, I think there's going to be a challenge again.
Monterey thought there was a
Net.
touch, and yeah, Hanover is going to challenge.
Yeah.
Challenging. There was a
Beeson fired at the high hands.
They're calling it net
And-
touch, I think.
Oh, net touch, not a touch. Got it.
I don't think they're close to being a touch, but
Yeah.
I think they're saying that there might have been a net touch.
Yeah, the touch didn't make sense, did it? Because
No.
it was well over.
But they're-
Was there a net?
I think they think Horde got it maybe on that late press.
It's tough to tell there.
Yeah.
Looking for something definitive. If this is not overturned, it will be a 6-1 run by the Supernovas. And we're looking at multiple angles and awaiting word. And it was deemed not in the net, and so the point stays with the Supernovas. And it is a 6-1 run, and the largest lead of the match right now for the Supernovas. They're on top by 6. Allie's numbers, it says friends to foes, but I bet they're still friends.
Yeah.
I bet, probably not true foes yet.
No, I
Yeah.
would say their personalities wouldn't allow it to be both.
Probably true.
But both of them, you see what an impact not only did they make when they played as teammates at Nebraska, but here in their first professional game, they've made an impact as well.
There is Beeson from that left. Nope, checked it. That's Timmer from the left pin.
Serving number 12, McKenna Bacchini.
So Bacchini into the game and now back to serve. Tough serve by Bacchini, left for Batenhorst. Almost better from a bit off the net, right? I mean, is it her length or just
It's her,
she sees
her
it
arm
better?
swing too. Like she has a little different arm swing, and so as you see there, she just rotates that thumb, but it's not a real fast snap. It's a little longer, slower arm swing. So the block usually is on the way down, and then she snaps fast.
Timmer dug by Gomez. Did that go off the block? It did not. Did Beeson pull down or just miss?
I think it's just missed. I think
Yeah,
she
maybe Nunavilla just missed it.
Trying to go for it. She's had so many kills using the blocker's hand. And I think there she was just trying to take it off of Merritt's outside hand and missed a little.
In the match for the line. Number 15, Michael Jones. Number 14, Whitney, follow, and serving.
Good angle, just inside the line, and the kill for Payne.
Payne coming in to run that quick. They run that double quick. Puts a lot of pressure there on the left side block as well. She just comes right in there off of Horde and gets on it quick for that sharp angle.
Service ball, point, Atlanta.
Cleaned up the service errors as of late. That's the first one in a while for the Supernovas. Trying to send it to a deciding fifth on opening night here in Omaha. Timbers serve. Good tempo, nice run. And you said it, get Kathy involved, and they did there.
Yeah, I think that the matchup right now is Corey Lewis is a great physical player, but she's still catching up to the speed of this professional game. And so I think they can take advantage of that. You see it there, just a late move to try to close on that block.
Fantastic serve at up to keep it alive. And Batenhorst out of the back, nearly another dig kill. Nunaviller, no touch, point for the Vibe. But Hitz kept that alive.
Hitz kept that alive, and Bauer came flying into the camera people.
Yes, that's right.
Save that ball.
And now Bauer apologizes. Sorry about that. Caffey right into the block. Edmond got a hand on it.
Edmond's not going to be late on that slight block. She's seen that a time or two, so it's not probably the best matchup to run against, taking Caffey into her.
A little tight to the pin, and point for the Supernovas.
Off-speed shot again by Brooke. None of a smart shot. You see Corey Lewis, the middle, not quite as experienced in the back row, comes in, she's playing left back. She does an off-speed right in front of her, forcing her to make that play.
There's the throw and got the kill. Vicini with another one. I believe that's double-digit kills now for Vicini.
Floor's wet. They've tried to make a sub there, but they'd already blown the whistle, so there's a little confusion on what's going on here because Atlanta wanting to get that double sub back in. Now they have Bauer in front row, so I would anticipate Valentine Anderson will be setting Batenhorst.
Or not.
We'll have to.
Service error, point, Supernovas. Omaha substitution. Into the match, number 22.
So Monserrat Beeson back in. And Krause back in to serve for the Supernovas. Just don't like when they go in the bottom of the net, right?
Send it out the back.
Tape,
yeah.
get it off the back a little long. You know, that's, you can live with that. The bottom of the tape is the bottom tape.
Nobody's making a decision there.
That's right. That's right.
Great serve again by Edmond.
One-handed set. And Vicini with her 11th kill. And what a set by Monserrat.
Monserrat hustling there to try to make it. Hitz has a dig, but puts it down there tight. Vicini knows it. You can tell there's that rhythm. She knew to get up. She knew she was going to with one hand. She had to try to make a play.
Yeah, I was not surprised, as I was, by the one-handed set.
Right.
Back row, Nunaviller. Oh, what an up! And Batenhorst gets the kill.
What a play.
How about that? Batenhorst keeps it alive. Nunaviller with the kick set. Batenhorst gets the kill.
Don't see that a lot. See people kick the ball, but it usually doesn't go where you want it.
No, not a perfect set, right? Timber with the kill. Atlanta staying in it here late. Down by 3. Vicini back to serve.
Substitution.
And into the game for the Vibe comes Taya Beller. And an applause from the crowd here. Taya Beller, a product of Wayne State in Wayne, Nebraska. The only Division II player to make a Professional Volleyball Federation roster.
And she went from Wayne, Nebraska, Humphrey,
Humphrey St. Francis.
Played in for high school, and now she lives in Atlanta.
How about that? There's
Little change.
There are more traffic lights in Atlanta.
Yeah, a few more traffic lights.
Push back to Beeson, off the top of the block. Beeson got the touch and the kill. Still a 3-point match or set here in the fourth.
But going back to Beller, that's somebody Kayla said she's been very impressed with. She said she's probably actually out of those 4 middles, the best one off of one leg behind. And she said she's just, you would never know. Like, she's impressed with her volleyball IQ. She's impressed with her physical ability and how she's just come in and she's made an impact right away.
Dig kill again for Morgan Hintz. Watch this. Hits dug it high into the air and lands on the line. Boom. Good look. There's a point for the Novas. Block landed on the Vibe side.
Omaha likes running Caitlin from that right side, coming in around in front, a little bit of a drift, and you see she gets the late block by the left side. She reacts late to try to close.
Good push, Timber, nice block. Hintz was there to keep it up. Off the block, what a diving save. On the slide, and there's Beller. Wayne State product whose team is here watching her tonight gets her first kill in pro volleyball.
And I think Beller started out in the gym here. She started out here in Omaha early on in training camp. So she was here and had a chance to be on this Omaha team and knew, when they kind of the free agency, she knew that she'd have an opportunity to get on that roster at Atlanta and has made the most of it.
Great job by Monserrat to spin and get a hand on it to keep it alive. Dunaviller, no tip that time. Monserrat, slide to Beller, touch. Outside the antenna and point, Novas. Set point upcoming, but not before a timeout from the Vibe. Omaha on top 24-21, looking to send this to a deciding 5th. In front of a record crowd here in Omaha, 13,486, a new professional volleyball attendance record.
This fan base has not come out and been disappointed tonight. I mean, they've been able to see the Nebraska players get in and play early on. Obviously, the unveiling of the banner was big tonight. Just really has set the tone for the season here in Omaha and in the league itself.
Let's take a look at the play of Nazi tonight. She's been terrific for the Supernovas. Short serve of the ace. Block action. That's always a fun one for a setter.
Yeah, she plays with such passion, and it's really fun to see. Like, obviously, the experience, what she does as a setter is very important for this team, but it's also her passion and energy she has out there. Like, you don't really see it change, and she's the one that's constantly talking, getting this team fired up, and that's a really big role for her as the leader on this team.
A swing by Edmond. It's now a big side-out opportunity here for the set. We check that. Yeah, side-out opportunity for the set for the Supernovas. Beller back to serve. And serve long. Novas take set number 4. We are heading to a deciding 5th in the home opener for the defending champs of the PVL. It's 2-2, Vibe and Supernovas. 25-22 was the second. That was won by the Supernovas, 25-19. And there's a look at the Wayne State College volleyball team here watching Taya Beller. And it is back to good life for these three. Former Huskers, Beeson and Banworth, Taya Beller, former Nebraska prep. And of course, Kayla Banworth back as well.
I think last year, Kayla was maybe going to have the opportunity to play in the league.
Right.
Vegas thrill was
Yeah.
after she was considering that after coming out of retirement, and then decided, yeah, let's go the coaching route.
There is Taya Beller from Lindsay, Nebraska. Played collegiately at Wayne State. She would have played in the stadium match.
Played in the stadium match. She played, Wayne State has come and plays us in beach in the winter, and played against us a couple times in beach matches. So.
And so now they are switching sides.
Confused.
And it makes sense. Every match has been won by the team that has been on the right side of the court as you face the court, as you see it on TV.
Interesting. I wonder where that miscommunication took place there. Usually it's serve, receive, you want to receive or serve, and then what side you want. It's just done, but maybe it's different here.
See the hitting numbers and the efficiency for both teams. Best set of the match for either team was the Supernovas in set 4. So here we go, the race to 15 in set number 5. Valentine Anderson will serve. Edmond with the swing. Nunaviller kept it alive. Batenhorst over her shoulder. Sends it over. Back out to Edmond again. And that dig is going to be out. Point for the Vibe.
Edmond's fast tempo out, gets on that ball quick. Those last 2 balls, she hit sharp into the middle of the court. I mean, so that's telling you she's beaten the block. The seam of the block is open, and she's able to hit right to the middle of the court.
Brush it off the block. Went over the top of the hands, but got the touch. Good swing by Edmond there. Changed pace, went off the top of the hands.
She's come in 3 big swings that time. Takes something off, just goes down the line. And prior to that play, it was a great cover by Lewis, who's serving for him right now. Came in to make a good cover off that first block.
Batenhorst from off the net.
That time, Allie takes it down the line. She's been pacing the ball, sharp angle, most of her swings so far this match. And that time, blocks moved in a little bit. She sees it, takes a big swing down the line.
And Beeson with the angle goes off the hands of Horde and gets the kill. Vibe open up with a 3-1 lead here in the 5th.
See Monterey switching sides where she wants to serve. She's trying to attack a certain
Zone 1.
zone. Yep.
Gomez steps in to take it, and Horde puts it away.
Gomez, nice ball there. Once again, they bring Horde around from that right side. She's just had so much success on in that route coming from right. And just has continued to beat the block for the Vibe.
When we comment that the Vibe are targeting zone 1, not necessarily partly because Batenhorst is there, but also they don't want to serve Nunaviller because they believe that when you serve Nunaviller, it gets her in a rhythm and she just gets better.
Yeah, and also in that rotation, they know that Horde has had success coming. So you serve a tough ball down the line, you pin Caitlin, it slows her route down to come around to hit in front. So they helps them out in a couple different ways.
Good block touch there on the swing by Payne. Here is Beeson, goes down the line. Good up by Gomez. Batenhorst out of the back row. She got the touch. Timmer with the left-handed tip. Payne not down. Here is Beeson from off the net. Mendenhall, what an angle! Wow! Inside the middle blocker and down, maybe 3-4 feet from the net.
Just very, very high IQ. Look, she takes something off. It's almost like a beach volleyball shot. It wasn't even, she didn't even finish with her swing. Just popped it over in that angle.
At 5 feet from the net, but still impressive.
Yeah.
Tough serve. Good pass by Gomez. A lot of options. It's Mendenhall. Goes right at Montserrat down the line. 17 kills for Mendenhall.
Merritt doesn't get out there all the way. Does it shape line? She lets her take that rip down the line.
Two-handed push. Good kill. Pia Timmer.
Timmer's just battled. She hasn't had all the, she gets kind of the sets that aren't in the system. She's in trouble. They know what's going out there. She's a smaller attacker. She has to be crafty to try to find ways to get kills because she can't just try to pound through the block.
5-5 here in the fifth.
Serving for the go, number 5, Nana Viller.
To the back row for Mendenhall, who will serve. Tape helped out on the up. Batenhorst off the block. And Batenhorst with the kill.
Allie's really crafty. She gets a lot of kills by tooling blocks. I mean, she's just smart hitter there. She sees the hands, goes right off Merritt's outside hand.
Tight, and that goes into the antenna. That's going to be a point for the Supernovas, and we'll have a challenge here.
That's tough for for the first ref to see at that angle. You can't see when the ball's between the
Supernovas
antenna and the ref. You can't tell whether the side of the ball skimmed the antenna.
Coach Bird challenged it right away. You watch this, it goes right into the antenna first. So that should be a point for Omaha and a reversal. Won't take long here. Or it will take longer than we thought. It was.
Maybe we had a better angle than the cameras did.
I think we had a better angle, and the camera had a great angle. We saw it right away. And there's a net cam right, there it is. Out point for the Novas. So that'll flip it a 2-point lead and a 5-1 run for the Novas.
See him set Edmund here, yeah.
Into the net, did not clear it. And the Supernovas on a run. We'll see if Banworth takes a, well, switching sides now. At 8, they switch sides, yep. 8-5. Record crowd into it here in Omaha.
Diane Mendenhall, the president of this organization, made the comment in the banner unveiling that this crowd was like their 7th man in that championship round, and how we'll see again tonight. They're fired up. They unveiled the banner. They come back out to try to will this team to their first win of the season.
And it is a timeout being taken by Coach Banworth. 5 opened up last year with a 3-2 win over the Supernovas. You see that? Supernovas trailed the series with the Vibe 3-1. Omaha has only beaten Atlanta once last year.
You know, Vibe's struggling to get out of this rotation, and Nunneviller's put some pressure on him serving. Monterey's got the ball. Both pens, they've struggled. They haven't passed well enough to run the middle yet. So it'll be interesting to see what they're talking about here in the huddle and what they're going to come out to try to get this side out to get this rotation. Because you can't, at the set to 15, you can't let a team go on too big a run. It's just too tough to come back.
Got the wave going. Supernovas up by 3, trying to close it out. Over the favorite to win the league in 2025, the Atlanta Vibe. Good push, and Beeson, no doubter from that right pin.
Much better in-system play there. You see Merritt in rhythm on her approach. The set was just in the right location. She was able to go fast on her approach, and that's where Merritt's at her best. She has to go fast and quick. She can't slow down her approach.
Off the tape, kept alive, and Batenhorst able to get it over. Good swing and a nice thumb down cut by Timmer.
Probably one of the harder swings I've seen from Timmer so far tonight, that angle shot. She talked about how she has to try to go off the hands, tip, roll shot, find ways to get kills, and that time she got on it.
Great second touch over the shoulder, crafty by Valentine Anderson.
Might be Valentine Anderson's first attack in front row. She hasn't tried to attack the ball in the second contact much at all tonight. So you can see that Vibe kind of let her go, not expecting that. It was a great awareness on her part.
Served by Caffey. Back row. Edmond does not clear the net. 10-7.
Another smart play on Valentine Anderson earlier in that rally. There was a short tip over the block. She did a nice job playing it, not making Payne have to come up and dive to try to play that ball.
Big swing again by Beeson. He's had a couple of strong swings here in this 5th set.
She opened the game with 2 big swings, and here at the end, she's coming up big again for the Vibe.
Timmer with the serve. Good pass by Batenhorst. Right back to her. Off the top of the block goes Alley. Good touch by the Vibe. Beeson again. Got it back line. And Beeson heating up here in the 5th. 13 kills for Merritt.
Merritt just going outside the block. Give Monterey credit. That ball was placed perfectly for that back row attack on the right side to allow her to attack down the line there.
Good. Up by Valentine Anderson. Edmond that time off the block. Payne back row, got the touch. But the Vibe can't get it back over. Point Supernovas, and you get a feeling that was a big one for Omaha after the mini run there by the Vibe.
It was a big swing, and it was really the only set Valentine Anderson could do. She was running backwards trying to play it. Payne just makes a smart shot. She jumps well, hits high off the hands, not trying to pull down into the block.
Another short one. Third kill here in the final set for Beeson.
That time they bring Barrett on the bick up the middle of the court. So they run the short to try to slow down the slide behind. And then that, as the slide's going, that pulls the left side blocker to allow Merritt to be one-on-one coming up the middle.
She's always been dynamic out of the back row.
One of her better swings out of that bick. If you put her in position, she's tough to stop.
Had the tandem run. Payne had the opportunity too. Block didn't get all the way over. And it goes into the net. 11-all.
That's a tough one to defend. I mean, if they make that work, it's tough to stop that play.
Cord with tip. Edmond won't. Back row, Nunaviller. Well, good hustle to keep it alive. Little battle here at the net. Peyton Horst takes the swing at it. Both teams scramble to get in system. Not there yet. Bumps that back row, Nunaviller. Oh! Thumb down, out of the back row, on the line. What a swing by Brooke Nunaviller.
What a tough shot. Brooke was coming from right back. The ball was going to the left front side, so her momentum is going right to left, and then she took a swing going back to the right. So that's an incredibly tough shot. See why she's such the leader and go-to player here on this team.
That was fearless.
Another great up by Gomez. She has had quite the match.
Wow. Nunaviller again off the block. And now with Nunaviller in the front row, where are they going to go?
Right. They know she's going to find a way.
She will see some swings. And you mentioned Gomez and how good she's been. 30 digs tonight for Gomez.
Yeah, there's been so many rallies that the Vibe has had to think that it was over, and she somehow gets underneath that ball.
Brooke Nunaviller once again leading the way for the Supernovas. She's got all kinds of shots.
And it's just really hard to defend. I mean, some of those shots you just can't. That just shows you she's a great player. You got to give her credit. Hey, that's a great play. I mean, that shot there that she pulled out, the back row attack that you see now. You can do everything you can to try to defend, and great players are going to find ways to get kills, and that's just what Brooke's been doing.
Supernovas 2 away from an opening win. And Beeson once again. 4th kill for Beeson here in the 5th set.
It's a great combo for Atlanta because you have Edmond on the pin, you have Ingenie running the slide, so probably their 2 most dynamic attackers are in the front row, and then you're bringing Merritt out of the back row, and it really stresses that block, and they got to pick. Like, you can't try to guess where that ball's going to go.
Yeah.
No surprise there that that ball was going out to her.
Where else would you go in this situation? And now Kendra Waite into the game. Kendra Waite, the Creighton Blue Jay product, finalist for Player of the Year last year in college volleyball, in to serve. And again, Merritt Beeson.
Now Vibe has Edmond back at the service line. She's been able to go on some runs for them. See, the go-to players right now on both teams are stepping up when it matters most.
Match point, second match point. Outside, Nunaviller off the block, and Brooke Nunaviller closes it out for the Novas. Big players, big moments, big plays. That is the description of Brooke Nunaviller. Johnny the Jet loves it. A home opening win. And the defending PVF champions take down the Vibe.
You can see why both these teams obviously getting first place votes. Atlanta coming out on top, but you know there's going to be battles between them throughout this entire season. They really both came out, performed at a high level for the first match. They still have a lot of growth. The ceiling's high on both sides, which has to be promising for both coaches, and it'll be exciting to see in May what these teams can do.
So the Supernovas celebrating. We have plenty more coming up on Nebraska Public Media. Excited to bring you 5 more Supernovas matches coming up on the network. We'll see you right here on Sunday, January 19th, as San Diego comes to Omaha. Match time set for 3 o'clock Central. You can also catch action from the CHI Health Center streaming live at nebraskapublicmedia.org/live and on the Nebraska Public Media app. Celebration for the Supernovas, a big home win to open it up.
Supernovas fans, don't miss the culture show.
Joined now by Brooke Nunaviller. Brooke, take us through those final few points. Were you calling for it? Can you hear us, Brooke?
Barely.
Take us through those final few points. Were you calling for the ball?
Yeah, the last point, I told Nati to set me. That's always scary for a hitter. You know, you better put the ball away if you do that. But I think in the 5th set, sometimes you really feel it. Now, you know, there's a hitter going, something's working. I felt really great in the 5th set. Nati's tempo was great. So the louder I call for it, I feel like the better chance I get the ball.
Yeah, you know, you guys have 4 returners from last year's squad, but you're not a young team, but you just got different faces out there. You're trying to create your own identity. What did you see tonight that's really starting to mold that identity and what you're going to see from this team these next several months?
Fight. I mean, every girl on the team wants it so bad. I think you just see that in 5th sets especially. You know, whoever wins always fights harder, in my opinion. You know, they go for the big swings, they get those cover balls up, and I'm really proud because it's really hard to establish such a great culture so fast. We've only been training together as a full team for less than 2 weeks now. So I'm just so impressed with this group. Every single girl wants it so bad, and I think there's no ceiling for us.
Brooke, thanks for joining us. Great job.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Big win for the Supernovas, and Nunaviller was so impressive in the 5th. 6 kills, 7 swings, 857 was her hitting percentage in the 5th set. We're now joined by Coach Bird. Bird, I go back to something you said to us this morning. You said the identity of this team is we will outwork the other team, and when it gets tough, that's when we're at our best. And wow, did we see that tonight.
Well, I didn't know that for sure, but I guess they proved me right. That's what we wanted. That's the response we wanted. So I'm proud of this group. Obviously, we went to some different people at different times, and they showed it. They're a team. I mean, we're building as we go right now. So I'm proud of the way they just fought.
Yeah, you didn't really see tonight. You said you brought some different people in, you changed your lineups, and you didn't see a let off one way or the other. Is there something tonight you're really surprised or proud of from this group when you allowed so many players to have those opportunities?
I wouldn't say I'm surprised. I know that we need to learn more of the momentum. Like, we need to learn how to, like, speed this up so we can get into that grind mode faster.
I can't let you go without asking you about Brooke's play in set 5. 6 kills, 7 swings, hit 857, and she was calling for it.
Oh, yeah, all over the court. That's Brooke. I mean, she trains like that every day. She is that intense competitor every day, and I love to see it, and I love when she gets in that zone. But Nati looked at me, and she just kept being like, she's on one. She's on. I'm like, yes, give her the ball. I'm just like confirming it. Yes, keep giving her the ball.
Coach, thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
It's fun. It's fun to be a setter in those situations. When you have somebody hitting that, even if she's not calling for the ball, you make the decision to set her the ball because, I mean, that is just incredible. And you know that, I mean, a player like Brooke obviously is going to carry that weight, but when somebody comes out when it matters most and plays like that, it speaks volumes to you know, her leadership on this team, the type of player she is, and what a great win and what a gritty fight there in the 5th.
And a win over a team that's picked to win the league. I mean, when you start out with an opponent like that and you come away with the win, you have to feel good about where you can go this season.
Yeah, I mean, you heard Brooke talk about they've only practiced together as a group less than 2 weeks, and you get to open against the #1 team, preseason #1 in the league, and so it's not, you don't get a couple warm-up matches to see where you're at and try to fill out and get people comfortable right away. You're thrown into the fire, and how are you going to respond? And you know, they weren't surprised. Brooke said she wasn't surprised to see this. Bird kind of alluded to that earlier, and I think you'll see this team's going to battle this year.
Wow, what a fun one to kick off our coverage on Nebraska Public Media. We appreciate you joining us. We have a lot more Supernovas volleyball coming your way this year on Nebraska Public Media. Thanks for joining us. For Lindsey Peterson, I'm Larry Putney. For our entire crew, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back next time at the CHI Center with the Supernovas.